Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. Remember, Monday is the day of opportunity. The biggest opportunities are on Monday. Hope you guys had a great Easter and Passover, whichever it is that you celebrate. And today I had some thoughts about something to talk about, but you know what? I'm going to talk about ChatGPT and a lot of AI functions that, are increasingly helping me. And if you're not using really you're going to be behind. So let me just dive in. So first off, on Zoom, which I'm using right now to record this, I have a lot of students that I have meetings with, and I would take notes um, as I would have the meeting with them. And then there were some AI tools, or there were some different things that would keep your notes, like AI note taker, this, that, and the other thing. Well, Zoom just has now this, you click this button, an AI companion, and it literally summarizes your call with whoever your Zoom call with whoever it is that you're having in paragraph. It summarizes it in the top. It gives you action items, boom, 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 and then it gives you a paragraph on everything that you talked about in detail underneath. And I found that my students, I record a lot of my sessions with my students, and I send them to them, and they all find that the written AI companion notes are easier because if you might not even recall what you talked about on that particular Zoom call, and so if you have just a recording, then you got to go in, then you got to fast forward to the part, et cetera, et cetera. When you're reading notes, you can be, oh, this is the one we talked about that, and this was my action, and these were my action items. So anyway, this is a click of a button, and you have amazing notes. I do it right now, like when I'm doing these daily nuggets, I click AI companion, and then when I go to upload this, I take the summary that it has and put it down the bottom. So it's super helpful. I'm sure you could use it for more than just that. Chat GPT or Claude, whichever one it is that you're using. I'm using Chat GPT, just the $20 a month version. I mean, it's insane. Like, I was contesting an appraisal, an appraisal value. Um, and now it can read your documents. So you can upload a document and you just talk to it like you're talking to somebody else. Hey, I got a bad appraisal. It was supposed to be 95,000. It was supposed to be $130,000 after repair value. It was 95. I renovated it. I bought it for 60. I renovated for 35. This is the work that I did. I'm attaching the appraisal. I'm attaching the comps, and I upload the comps, the appraisal. I'm attaching the scope of work, everything I did. Write me back an email to contest this appraisal to the appraiser. Um, and I literally, that takes, I don't know, 1 minute. And literally another minute, you have a ridiculous email, taking all that data, reading the appraisal, reading the SOW, reading your comps, and it has an argument that I could never make myself. Like, it's better than an argument that I could make myself. So, it can read your documents. You can upload documents. On a fun note, it can take, yesterday I did this for Easter. You could take a picture, and then you could upload the picture, and you could say, hey, add on, integrate into this picture, this, that, and the other thing. And it adds it to the picture. It's ridiculous. It can do so many things. What else do we use it for? Oh, just emails. I can write great emails. I got good English, and so I write an email. Or if I write an email, I say, hey, write it fancier, write it longer, write it shorter, write it casually, and it gives it to you better. If I don't want to write an email, say, hey, I got to write an email back to somebody, they're saying that, whatever it is, that the construction's too high on this house and it's not worth the deal, or the deal's not worth it, this, that, and the other thing, write it back. And it'll take that and it'll write an argument back. I can take documents when people are trying to sell me. I just take it like, okay, this person is trying to sell me this type of investment. Here are the documents to this investment. Give me Now, here's a key thing you should say too. Be my thought partner and prompt me with questions. If you wanted to give you questions before you get the answer, be my thought partner and write out what questions I should ask in order to evaluate this investment. It'll read the whole document, it'll come out with the questions, and then you just send the questions back to the person. Now, I delete all these little icons so people can't obviously know that I'm using ChatGPT. Let's say they give you the answers back, then you throw it back into ChatGPT. This was the investment. And it might even remember from your previous conversation, this investment is what we were looking at. I sent him these questions. These were the answers. I don't even read the answers. Tell me which questions have been clarified and I don't have to worry about, and which ones I need or what additional questions I have. And it just spits it out. I am telling you this because if you're not using it, somebody else is using it. They're going to be more efficient and a leg up on you. Now, I'm not saying that this makes me more intelligent than another investor, this, that, and the other thing, but it definitely helps me with my time. And what I try to do in all my investing, and I write every day, everything is easy because everything is easy. If right now you're having a difficult time with something, it's because you haven't stopped and thought about, okay, how can this be easy? Just have that thought. How can this be easy? Like, for instance, I'm looking at minimum 20 deals per day to buy one a week. And I spend a lot of time with that. And I have my own way of evaluating it. So um, I went to one of my friends. I said, this is how I analyze a deal. It's a little bit unique. I use this website. I use this Excel. I do this. I look at these 5 resources. Can you make me a software that I can just input? Do. Now, it may cost me thousands of dollars to create that software, but let's say I'm spending, and I'm pretty sure I'm spending 10 to 15 hours a week. Let's say that software cost me $20,000. You know, can I, if I were to get, let's say 10 hours, it's easy math. That's 520 uh 10 times 10 is 100. Yeah, 520 hours a year. And in weeks, that's like 13 full weeks of work that now I don't need to spend that time. I paid $20,000 to free up 13 free weeks of work. I can assure you I can make more than $20,000 in that 13 weeks. So if you're not using these new technology resources, if you're not thinking, how can you make something easy? How can you make something faster? How can you be more efficient? You're not opening up. Yeah, you could just keep doing it the way that you're doing it, but then you're not freeing up time. And, there was a thing I learned in college, I'll never forget. It's called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is like if it costs you $50 to have your lawn cut, but you make $200 an hour, you're losing the opportunity cost for you to cut your own lawn. You're not saving $50. You're losing $150. And that has really made that's how I strategize my entire life. I go, okay, can I pay somebody else to do this? Something less than what I can make this hour. If I can make $2,000 this hour, I'll pay somebody $1,000 an hour to do something for me. And that's how I look. Obviously, that's an extreme example, but you couldn't catch me doing laundry, um, cutting a lawn, none of that because I can make more money. And now you could say, well, it's on a Saturday. Listen, if it's on a Saturday afternoon, you're not doing anything else and you really relax, and some people like to ride the tractor, their mower, and it's they're listening to a pot. Okay, that's different. But for most of us, this is something. I mean, I have some students. He's like, "Well, I lose my whole Saturday afternoon because I got to do my laundry and my this." Are you kidding me? You should never be doing your laundry. You should never be cleaning your house. You should never be doing any of that. It doesn't make you lazy. That makes you smart, efficient, and it makes you are taking advantage of the opportunity cost. And let's say it's not even opportunity cost. How valuable, and this is priceless, how much more valuable is that time with a loved one or your friends or your family that you don't have to do the lawn and you don't have to do the laundry and you don't have to do this? So important. Be efficient. Find a way to make everything easy, and you better be on technology or you're going to be sleeping. And every day that somebody else is using that is you're going to be just behind. So hope that gives you some inspiration. Have the best Monday of your life. I know you will. Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.